I'd like to say it's party time, Mom, but is it, Mom? Is it really party time? It's almost the weekend. The lovely Sarah Gonzalez, host of the News and Why It Matters, America's favorite pregnant lady, joins us in the hot seat today. Well, we're going to get into all things topical. Hot topical.
Hot topical.
How you feeling?
I'm tired, too.
Yeah, well, you have a good excuse.
Well, that's fair. It's a lot of work growing a tiny human, it turns out.
I did it to myself.
It's usually how it works with you.
I did it to myself. Party Foul Steve, are you awake yet?
Yep. I'm
How
working
many cups
on
of coffee?
I'm on cup number 2. Big cups of coffee.
I do. Oh, man, I miss that. Coffee and wine. As soon as this baby comes out, whoo, I am
You should mix the
back on
coffee
it.
and the wine.
I think you can't do any caffeine when
I
you're
can
pregnant.
do 200 milligrams, which is like
Hey, I just go just
2
inject
regular
that in
cups.
my
That's
veins.
crazy. You got to get into counting numbers of caffeine.
I know they say that. I'm like, I don't know what that means. I
Yeah.
guess around 2-ish cups, but.
I bet our parents probably drank gallons of coffee when they were pregnant with us.
And wine.
And bourbon.
And, yep.
And look at us.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
My
know.
mom didn't
Right
do
here.
that. Unless it was party time, Mom. Puppet Master Mark is in the mothership, just Studio 22, driving us into the nether regions that are all things estrogen. And, of course, Candace, the queen of the Ethiopians, speaking of estrogen. You girls, just a lot going on. How do you feel, Candace? You good? You 100%? You ready for the weekend?
100%, yes.
100%.
Candace still
Hanging
lives at
in there.
100%.
Candace is,
I feel.
she is sharp as a thumb.
I don't think that's the saying.
I don't think it is. I'll tell you, I'm going to Salt Lake City. We're going to riot in the suburbs. That's what they're doing over there. They're going crazy, beating the shit out of each other in the suburbs of Salt Lake City. They need to read The Pearl of Great Price.
Okay. Are they attacking the Mormons?
No, they're all Mormons.
I know. The Mormons
I'm
rioting
like,
too?
I
I
have a
thought Mormon
question.
jokes were off limits at the Blaze for some reason.
I don't, for what, yeah, some reason.
Okay.
My question is, I'm not joking. I'm serious. They're all Mormons. So how can you be an Antifa member and a Mormon? How can you be a BLM member and a Mormon? And then, who's who?
That's some mental
You got
gymnastics
the Mormon
they'd have
cops.
to do.
You got the Mormon bad guys.
Maybe they're Jack Mormons. They can be anything they want to be.
Steve loves the phrase Jack Mormons.
Jack Mormons.
Yeah, those are the ones that drink.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I forgot what the reason they're called that, but
Jack Daniels.
The only,
maybe so.
that was an immediate connect for me when you said that. The
You're
only
way
Mormons,
smarter than me.
Little known Mormon of history, Jack Daniels.
the only Mormons that I know outside of work, I'll just say that, they do not stick to any of the things that they're supposed to stick to.
Well, Utah's a different animal.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But, in all over Utah and Idaho, and I don't, of course, mean any disrespect to the Mormon community. We make fun of ourselves, so we got to make fun of you, too. It's different in different regions of, like, southern Utah is different from northern Utah, and then in the cities is different.
Interesting.
Around the Blaze, it's a little different. Yeah. Pat Gray. I don't know about that guy. I just want to see him in his onesie.
you know what 2 Baptist deacons say when they meet in the liquor store? Absolutely nothing. I don't know.
It's like that old joke. How many Baptists do you take fishing? You got to take 2. Because if you take 1, he'll drink all your beer. So, it's corny. You're welcome, Dad. Man, we got some crazy stuff going on in the world, not the least of which is Joe Biden and Beirut got leveled with that little deal. So we're going to show you some video later on. We got other things to get into. It's going to be a fun show. Come, hell or heck water. That's
all right.
That's yeah. But isn't it interesting? Those Mormons, they just took off. You got to feel for them because, they just took off. Pioneers across the country getting away from religious persecution, and they hit Salt Lake and just stopped. Said, you know what? Pretty enough.
This is good.
Pretty enough.
This is good.
Have you ever been in the Salt Lake?
No.
You'll float.
I've never been to the area.
The water holds you up. It's a gorgeous area.
That much salt.
So no, we're at Wise Guys Comedy Club in downtown Salt Lake City, and I'm excited to be there. I always love going.
2 shows, one on Friday, one on Saturday. I mean, 2 on Saturday.
Two both
and
nights.
Oh, wow.
2 Friday, 2 Saturday.
Oh, wow.
So 4 shows total. Can't wait. Can't wait. You know, we were talking to Elijah Schaefer at dinner last night, and I was saying, well, I do multiple shows in a night when you go to the comedy clubs. That's the way the comedy clubs work, you know. And you tell people that, and like, well, I did 6 shows last week in 4 nights, and they're like, ooh, I wouldn't want to do that.
He said,
then you don't want to do this job.
Yeah.
That's not a job for
How do you do that? How do you stay fresh?
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard, especially for a person like me that doesn't like to repeat themselves, right? So in 6 shows, there were some basic skeletal samenesses, but there's some differences.
When you're talented, you can just riff off
Well,
whatever
he
you'd
riffs
like.
a lot.
I know.
I hear stuff new all the time, and I've seen 1,000, 1,200 shows, maybe more.
I've never done a show where I didn't surprise myself with something.
Which means Salt Lake City people, you could just get tickets to like multiple shows and you'd be seeing a different show every time.
Because I'll be honest with you, you guys out there doing that rioting stuff, our ticket sales are not great in Salt Lake City. And we always are good in Salt Lake City. Yeah. Always, whether we're there, up in Ogden, or even up in Idaho, we do great.
And there's a lot of people that come to the early show, and then they're staying for the late show, and they'll buy tickets and get a whole different show, and they'll come back and say, I like the late show better, because you get kind of.
I get a little rowdy in the late shows because I mean, like, hey,
it's a late show.
You're the party crowd.
Yeah.
It's a late show.
Yeah.
We're here, no filters. Hey, now that America's trying to open back up, it doesn't mean that everything's okay. You still got to wash your hands, which that's just something you need to do normally anyway, right? And we're social distancing. I encourage you to do this. Take Field of Greens. That's what I do every day. Brickhouse Nutrition has an incredible product with Field of Greens. I do it every day. You get a scoop that has a full scoop of that stuff, has a full serving of real USDA certified organic fruits and vegetables, which boost your energy and supports a healthy immune system. I'm not eating that stuff like I should, so thank God for Brickhouse Nutrition and Field of Greens. You know, a diet of fruits and vegetables is going to reduce your risk of heart disease and hypertension and a whole host of other health issues. Field of Greens, prebiotic, it's probiotic, it's a great source of vitamins, fiber, and other nutrients. You just put a scoop of it in a glass of water, you stir it up, you drink it, it's delicious, you're done. Right now, I want to save you 15% off your first order with the offer code CHAD, C-H-A-D, at BrickHouseChad.com, BrickHouseChad.com. Subscribe today. Save an extra 10% every single month. You can't control the world, but you can make sure you're giving your body a fighting chance in this world. So try Field of Greens today. Go to BrickHouseChad.com, BrickHouseChad.com, promo code CHAD. We'll be right back. I started to tell everybody, let's pretend like we're asleep when we came back.
A little late for that.
Let me show y'all something that'll wake you up. We might have to watch this a couple of times.
Okay.
This is insane. So we were in the studio the other day when this thing happened, and we were watching the video of it, and Hot News looks at me and goes, did you see that explosion in Beirut? And I'm like, no, I mean, explosions happen in Beirut historically. And she's like, no. I was like, oh, my Lord. You remember when that explosion happened down in West Texas?
Yes.
What was that, 2013 or something-ish, 13 or 14? And, I mean, that thing flipped like trucks over half a mile away. It was just But that grain silo exploded with all the ammonia in it. The fertilizer plant exploded. And, I mean, it just leveled that area. Let's show that video of Beirut. That's insane. So there was a fire to begin with, right? And then you can see that thing starting to get hot in the middle down at the ground level, and then boom.
Oh.
And the cloud from it, you can't tell. I mean,
look how far back that video is shot from, and
that
it's
guy's
still
probably half a mile away.
There's debris that you can see.
That guy's half a mile away filming that from a balcony somewhere. I've seen that explosion now from about 7 or 8 different angles. There were people out there kayaking in the water, and it just, I mean, I've looked and looked and looked. That cloud just engulfs everything so fast. You don't know if that building next to it was obliterated or. Candace, have you seen like an aftermath picture of the thing? Is there any of that?
I haven't, but it just said that there's about like 30,000 people, I think the number could be a little off, of homeless people now who lost.
Yeah, I heard that on the news
because those were all
this
complexes and buildings, apartments.
Gosh.
They estimate at least 100 dead from that. Obviously, countless injuries.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's brutal. But apparently, it was ammonia, and they were supposed to get rid of that a long time ago. They were supposed to relocate that. I mean, that would be crazy to have that sitting right in the middle of the city.
Yeah.
Like that.
And that's why you have to wonder if that is the real story. If we're getting the real story.
I blame Israel. Israel did it. Yep, turn your mic on. See, Steve, look at Steve with us.
Hey, newbie over here.
Yeah, look
hey,
at
rookie.
Y'all leave me alone.
You actually have to hit the button to
Gotta
talk.
hit the button, turn
I
your
got it.
microphone on. You thought it was a terrorist deal?
I thought it was a terrorist attack when I first saw it.
I'm telling you what, if they're lighting up bombs that size,
Yeah.
we're screwed. We're in trouble because that thing obliterated it. Speaking of dropping bombs and obliterating things, Joe Biden's mind is gone.
I love this.
I feel sorry for the guy. I do. I feel sorry for the guy. But just because who put somebody up to this nonsense? This guy, let's do a couple of Joe Bidens here. Show the one where he doesn't know where he is. Again.
Good afternoon, everyone.
That's a new one.
Welcome to Kingswood Community Center. Actually, that's the one down I used to work. As a joke. You didn't know where we were anyway.
That was a joke.
You can see it in his eyes whenever he says it. He's like, shit.
Do you
That's usually what I look like when I put my foot in my mouth.
I did it again.
Do you think he has an earpiece? Because I wondered if someone in his ear was like, that's not where you're at, Joe. No.
Well,
and then he goes,
I
that was
think
a
he
joke.
realizes it, right? And I keep saying, you can see the dementia in his eyes. And I don't say that humorously. I mean it. But first he comes out there, he's got his mask on, right? You can't understand what he's saying. Hello, everybody. Joe's all super cool. Hey, man. Hey, Jack. Pulls the thing off. Welcome to Kingwood Community Center. Shit. No, that's the one down the street. I used to work at that. This is a joke. It's a joke. These are jokes I'm telling. Y'all aren't laughing. That was a joke. I mean, this guy, you got to feel.
How old is he? 70.
77?
So here's what's going to happen. I mean, I think I said it on your show the other day. It'd be something if there was like a pandemic that all of a sudden Joe couldn't run anymore because he got coronavirus and was incapacitated in some form or fashion. I mean, if there was some kind of pandemic out there to catch,
that's an easy out for them.
It's an easy out, and then you don't have to go through the primary process, right? You just shove in there whoever you want.
Typically, though, Democrats don't take the easy way out like that.
Listen,
Right.
I'm going to tell you something. If Joe Biden wins the election, and people say, well, are y'all just going to have a peaceful transition of power? Hail to the no. Let me tell you something. We absolutely are not. I'm going to accuse them of Russian meddling and collusion. I'm going to demand private counsel. I want an investigation. And until we spend at least $30 million and take about 24 months to investigate it, I will not concede that Joe Biden is the president of the United States. That you made the rules, guys.
Yep.
Y'all made the rules, and that's the name of the game now. That's what we're going to play by.
Well, by the way, there's more evidence of collusion when it comes to Joe Biden and Ukraine and all of the issues that Donald Trump was trying to get to the bottom of. More evidence of that.
Look, Jack, listen, man.
Come on, man.
My cognitive abilities started to go into Obama right there. My cognitive abilities. I'll sit down with the maybe I shouldn't say this. Say what? I don't know what I was saying. It's a joke.
I've gone on too long.
It's a joke.
I'll stop now.
You know what? I gotta go. I don't know the answer to that, but I gotta go. I'll answer it next time, Jack. Play this other one, the Zoom deal.
What's so good?
Mr. Vice President, as you know, the AFT represent teachers, paraprofessionals.
Priscilla, the Vice President, can you hear the Vice President? He just said hi.
Hi,
I don't
how are
think she can hear
you?
me, but that's okay.
She just did.
How are you? Where are you speaking to me from? Where are you now?
I am at
Where are
home.
you now speaking to me? I mean, where? Where's home?
In Brooklyn, New York.
Never mind.
Yeah, Brooklyn, she said.
All right, that's right. Okay.
This is
Capital of the world.
exact. This is now that I'm national president, I can't say Brooklyn's the capital of the world anymore, but we do love New York. I think what happens is the timing of the Zoom sometimes gets, there's a little lag. Okay, Priscilla, go.
I'll be quiet.
Okay,
and hear the
Mr.
question.
Vice President.
So bad.
2020 is a shit show, y'all. It is a shit show. Let me tell you something. And who let Maggie Thatcher moderate this thing? I mean, where'd she come from?
That's like Andy Samberg in a wig.
I mean, it's only... It's true. What's up, fella? Dude, I'm like, just shut up. I mean, do you not coach someone on that and say, guess what? You are running for president of the United States. Here's how Zoom works so that you don't look like a babbling monkey. Shut up and let the person speak. There's going to be about a 10-second delay. It's going to be very uncomfortable silence. Just let it go. Where are you now? No. Where were you yesterday? What the hell? I mean, what is going on? The cognitive dissonance that's going on here is insane, Steve.
I was at home.
I know.
I mean, this is horrible to
I
laugh at.
I love
and
that
I'm not
he gets
laughing at him. I'm laughing at the scenario.
Yeah.
The circumstance.
I love that he gets so annoyed that she's not answering. Oh, never mind. You know what? Never mind.
Yeah.
I don't think she can hear me. Never mind.
There's 100% chance he's not doing his own Twitter either.
No.
Oh,
Somebody
yeah, no.
else is doing that.
Absolutely.
There's no way
right,
he could
because he has younger people working on his staff, which again goes to Chad's point of like, why are these younger people not telling him how freaking technology works in 2020? It's very easy.
Did you see the one the other day where his aide or whatever was guiding him out by the arm and through the crowd, and he was trying to, and the thing that bugs me the most about Joe is how smug and pompous he is and how condescending. Like, he's so cool, and he's cooler than you, man. And he's just so condescending with stuff, right?
Yeah.
And these people are coddling him. But it was like they're walking him through, and he's got his Ray-Bans on. I was like, hey, Top Gun, take it easy there, buddy. What are you, blind now? Candace, what you got?
He's so cool, he won't even go all the way to Milwaukee to accept the DNC's nomination because of COVID concerns.
Well, he said he didn't want to leave the country.
Yeah.
He's not even going to go to Milwaukee. This is insane. This is insanity. I want you people to say this word with me. 2 words. President Pelosi.
Ugh.
President
I'm not saying that.
Pelosi.
No.
You understand that's what they're angling for. That's
Are they?
what they're angling for.
Are they? Or,
yes.
or do they want to get a good VP in there that they can transfer power to?
Pelosi.
They can't look at that drunkard and say she should be president. No,
Yeah.
he keeps delaying it.
Okay, because I don't have satellite radio.
He's waiting for somebody to
Can't
tell him who he
hear the
picked.
news.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope he doesn't do it over Zoom. We may never find out. Susan Rice, where are you now? Now, where are you? Like now. Where are you sitting? Are you in your living room? Where are you now? Brooklyn? Oh, okay.
He's
Never
trying to
mind.
dox that poor woman.
Horrible.
I'm at home. No, where is home? Give me your address right now.
Do it like Hot News Natalie does with every guest. I need your physical address so she can look at it on satellite. Does
she really?
Yeah, oh yeah. If you're a guest on this show, Natalie will look at your home. It's a weird little thing she's got going.
That is weird.
And they give it to her. They give it to her.
Well, she's very wholesome looking. So.
She's something. I mean, everybody just trusts Natalie, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the whole thing. But my gosh, Joe. We don't have that video. I'm going to put you on the spot, Candace. We don't have the video of where he was talking about taking the test and the cocaine, do we? Y'all got to go look that one up and find it. That was
so good.
I mean, it's like everything. And I sit there and think, okay, well, maybe if he wasn't trying to do all this stuff digitally, maybe if he was live in person having these, but then you look at it and you're like, no, it wouldn't be any better.
But he has a 40-year history of that same behavior.
Well,
so it's just
he blames a stutter.
That's what kills me. That is what kills me. It's not just him. Every Democrat that I see that comes to his defense, they're like, that's a stutter. Like, he's not stuttering through his sentence. He just clearly has no idea what's going on. That's not a stutter. That's a brain problem.
Yeah. The man has dementia. I was listening to the radio this morning. Our friend Tim Young was hosting for Mike Webb and had a guy call in who said, look, I'm a nurse practitioner. I work with dementia patients. That's what I do. And he said, I'm telling you, you look at the guy. My father had dementia. You can see it. It's there. He's trying to sort things out in his mind as he goes. That's why he goes back to those same catchphrases. Hey, man. Listen, man. Look here, man.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. I mean, come on. And I got cognitive
intercourse.
Which you're
a guitar, whiskey, moss, bison.
And you're and you're talking about the video where he said, well, why would I take a cognitive test? Which, let's take that at its basic level. He said like 2 weeks ago he's tested regularly.
Yeah. He said, no, I didn't. I'm on cocaine. That's not what he said, but I don't know what the cocaine thing.
I don't either.
It's a hell of a drug. Hey, listen, when you're running a business, don't do cocaine. When you're running a business, HR issues can kill you. When you got wrongful termination suits, minimum wage requirements, labor regulations, HR manager salaries, they're not cheap, but you need them because those are the folks that take care of your business. And, if you're going to hire one of those, look here, Jack, it's an average of $70,000 a year. Well, Bambi, B-A-M-B-E-E, was created specifically for small businesses like yours. You can get a dedicated HR manager, craft HR policy, maintain your compliance, all for just $99 a month with Bambi. You can change your HR from your biggest liability to your biggest strength. Your dedicated HR manager is available by phone, email, or real-time chat from onboarding to terminations. Let them handle the heavy work, folks. They customize your policies to fit your business and help you manage your employees day to day, all for just $99 a month. Listen, you can do it month to month. There's no hidden fees. You can cancel anytime. You didn't start your business because you want to spend all of your time and effort and energy and brain power on HR compliance. So let Bambi help. Get Bambi today. You can get your free HR audit right now. Go to Bambi, BAMBEE.com/Chad right now. Schedule your free HR audit. That's Bambi, bam to the BEE.com/Chad. Go there today. Be right back. Man, I got a question to ask.
Okay.
Tell you, fun stuff. First of all, let's go. Let's finish talking about Joe.
Okay.
For a because I got a big question that's on my head, in my brain. But let's go to this clip right here and see if we can figure out what in the hell Joe's talking about.
Please clarify specifically. Have you taken a cognitive?
No,
test?
I haven't taken a test. Why the hell would I take a test? Come on, man. That's like saying before you got in this program, if you take a test where you're taking cocaine or not, what do you think, huh? Are you a junkie?
What do you say to President Trump, who brags about his test and makes your mental state an issue for voters?
Well, if he can't figure out the difference between an elephant and a lion, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Did you watch that? Look, come on, man. I know you're trying to goad me, but I mean, I'm so forward looking to have an opportunity to sit with the president or stand with the president in debates.
Mind blown.
What?
I'm so forward looking to. Can you imagine this guy negotiating world peace with world leaders?
Come on, man.
At the G whatever summit, the G8, 28. Man, I mean, come on, man. The G17. Can Can you imagine this guy with Angela Marx from Germany? Richard Marx from Germany.
Sniffing her hair with one hand.
Yeah.
I mean,
Come here, Boris. I want to see what you smell like. Look, I'm serious. Can you imagine this guy at some world summit?
no.
This guy with Vladimir Putin. Don't forget about debating, sitting with or standing with the president. Forget about debating Donald Trump. Imagine sitting in a room with Vladimir Putin, who used to pull people's fingernails out and stick electrodes up their rear ends and then light them on fire. I mean, forget about that. Don't forget, this is who we're talking about.
Well, the Bidens have been in bed with him for a long time.
But he can't. But he's going to get run over.
Yes.
He'll get run over. Imagine him with Xi Jinping. Xi Jinping. Xi Jinping. Imagine him trying to say Xi Jinping. Xi Jinping. Imagine him trying to say it.
I can't.
Kim Jong, the thing.
I have so many questions about that clip.
Okay, first of all, I'm thinking, hang on one second, Candace. I'm thinking when he refers to being, I think that's the cognitive test, is can you tell the difference between the lion and the elephant? I think that's what he's referencing, right?
I don't understand the cocaine.
I think he was saying, why would you, if you knew you've taken cocaine, why would you go take the test? Which
he said before you got on this program, you took a test where you're taking cocaine or not. What do you think? Like, we do drug testing all the time for jobs.
Yeah,
that is a thing.
But he's like, why would I take a cognitive test when I know I can't pass a damn thing? I mean, you wouldn't take a test if you'd taken cocaine, would you? Come on, man.
Now,
I mean, that's basically what he said.
See, I took it a different way. I took it that he was saying, unless you're like, well, obviously you're not a junkie, so why would you take? We know you don't have a problem, so why would you take it? Why would you take a drug test? Well, obviously you can see I don't have a problem, so why would I take a cognitive test?
Why would he ask a black guy about
cocaine?
Or if he was a junkie? And didn't he call him a Joni? Play it again. Play it again, DC.
Please clarify specifically. Have you taken a cognitive?
No, I haven't taken a test.
He starts in before he finishes the
Why
sentence.
the hell would I take a test? Come on, man. That's like saying before you got in this program, if you take a test where you're taking cocaine or not, what do you think, huh? Are you a junkie?
What do you say to President Trump, who brags about his test and makes your mental state?
He's laughing too. He's laughing too.
Yeah.
That's like some of his other racist kind of comments that he makes about the whole, white kids are in the whole poor
kids are just as smart as white kids.
Yeah, that kind of thing. That's exactly what that was.
I don't know, man. This guy it scares me. Now, look, Trump's not eloquent. Okay, I get that. Trump's not eloquent.
No, he's not.
But I get what Trump's trying to say.
He has when he makes a sentence, he may not pronounce something correctly, but his overall point is there.
Or he says, well, kids are basically immune to coronavirus. Now, I know they're not immune, right. And I understand what he's trying to say. They're basically, they don't get it.
Right.
Kids don't get it.
He's at least formulating a correct sentence. Yeah. That's more than you can say for Joe Biden.
The guy, but look at Donald Trump. The guy he's indefatigable. He's out there. He's going to these places. He was just in Midland, Texas last week. He's all over. The guy doesn't sleep. And everybody's like, it's because he's on Adderall. Well, whatever works, pal. Apparently, you don't have to take a test for cocaine. What in the hell is going on right now?
The Bidens have some history of cocaine in their family, right?
Yeah,
where is Hunter?
That was an awkward thing for him to bring up.
Yeah.
Yeah, where is Hunter? When they found cocaine residue and a Secret Service business card and his ID and all that stuff in a rental car that he just thought was a good idea to just park right here and leave.
But again, can we just go back to for a second that Joe Biden already said several weeks ago he takes cognitive tests all the time.
Yeah.
And now the guy doesn't even finish the sentence. He says, well, what about the fact that do you take a cognitive test? No, why would I do that?
Why would I do that, man? No, I haven't taken a test.
You just said you did 2 weeks ago.
He's probably on Facebook taking one of those tests.
Yeah. He's like, can you pick out which Molly Ringwald movie wasn't made in the 80s, but in the 90s? Hey, man, I got 18
100%.
out of 20.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Golly. It's insanity. Joe Biden, I mean, at this stage in the game, I'm like, okay, just give us Kamala. Just give us Amy Klobuchar.
Truly.
I'll take Elizabeth Warren. She's a person of color.
I don't understand how, as a left-leaning person, you don't just say, yeah, I do think that he's going really kind of crazy, but at least he's not Trump. But at least he's not Trump. Like the fact that they are trying to excuse it and say, well, that's not, he's perfectly fine. Look at him. It's just a stutter.
At least we could admit, and we're like, all right, well, at least it's not Hillary.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, in some cases, we're like,
right.
You know,
a lot of people,
not
that was their
everyone
reason.
thought Trump was, you know.
Well, it's
Yeah,
just
they
like
said,
Bryson.
I don't like the guy, but I'm going to vote for him anyway because at least he's not Hillary.
It's just like Bryson Gray said on the show Tuesday night. He said, you know, my grandmother, she's liberal, but she's looking at Joe Biden going, I can't vote for that cat.
Yeah.
So what you're going to have a lot of people who just aren't going to show up to vote.
That's what I have to come to the conclusion because who's enthusiastic about Joe Biden?
I finally saw a bumper sticker this morning because I've never seen I've never seen a Joe Biden bumper sticker. And this one wasn't a Biden bumper sticker either. It was basically, doesn't matter who it is. You know, one of those, doesn't matter who, just vote blue.
Oh, okay.
Deals.
Yeah.
Insane, man. I mean, you people really want to keep defending pedophiles, and do you want to really keep murdering babies? Is it? Are you that passionate about letting Hollywood get away with what they've gotten away with? You know, the Harvey Weinsteins of the world. I mean, is that really? I mean, you're really wanting to protect that world, that lifestyle. Is y'all's progressivism of perversion and all of the crazy nonsense out there, trying to normalize pedophilia, trying to normalize bestiality, trying to normalize pederasty. And don't even come at me with this whole stuff. No, we're not doing any of that. Oh, shut up. Yes, you absolutely are. Defund the police. I mean, are you serious right now?
Yes, they are. It's their religion.
I mean, are you
they
really
are that passionate about it?
Are you so passionate about a Black Lives Matter organization that's 7 years old, raised $1 billion, and not a single penny of it has gone to better the black communities in anywhere in this country? I mean, give me a break, people. And you're going to put Joe Biden in there who can't find his dick. I mean, this guy doesn't have a clue what planet he's on today.
Are you telling me that BLM is not building schools in our inner cities?
No, they're giving money to white guys like Joe Biden. Mm-hmm. Maybe they could buy him a cognitive test. We'll be right back. So a Georgia second grader tested positive for COVID-19 after the first day of school. Of course, that's exactly what everything's going to come up. Yep. Oh, somebody went to school and got it.
Yep.
So shut her back down.
Well, if they tested positive at school, they probably had it for 2 weeks if it's on the first day of school.
Well, I mean,
who knows?
What you gonna do?
But now the classroom has to be closed for 2 weeks because everyone has to self-isolate.
Can you imagine a kid getting the flu, though? Going in after the first day of school and getting the flu?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't imagine it,
and then all
it
of a sudden,
every year.
And now 20 kids have to go home and quarantine for a couple of weeks over the whole thing.
Which, by the way, if more kids are susceptible to very negative consequences from the flu than they are from coronavirus.
It's better than head lice.
The issue,
shave your head.
The issue, and I hope the kid's okay. Don't get me wrong, but the issue here is, have you ever see like any of these man on the street videos where it's like, hey, here's a map. Can you pick out the state of South Carolina? And they point to Belarus or something. I mean, it's like, this is the world. Like, you can't even pick out countries on the map. American is just, we've gotten stupid.
Yes.
Just stupid.
Yes.
Don't know geography. Say, well, okay, well, you're going to go north from here. I don't know directions. Mm-hmm. You know how many times I have people tell me that? People say, well, how would I figure that out? Well, first of all, you take the map on your phone, if nothing else, and it's got a little compass on there, and you go, well, shit, there's east. I'll walk that way. Mm-hmm. A lot of shit's coming out of my mouth today. I'm angry.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
So, as governor, what would you...
I'd still say shit.
Would you? But what would you do differently with all this school stuff?
Okay, look. We have a highly we never got to that question I had earlier. We have a highly infectious virus. It's way more infectious than the flu. I get that, okay? But a kid gets it. So the kid gets it, the kid goes home, and the kid does whatever that policy is. If it's 2 weeks, then do the 2 weeks. Stay home. Make sure the kid's okay. Continually test the kid. But you don't punish the rest of the class.
Right.
You don't send everybody else home. Now, if all 20 of those kids, listen to me, if all 20 of those kids wind up with it, guess what? They're either going to get it at home or they're going to, because they've already been exposed to it.
Yeah.
So if you've been exposed to it, you've been exposed to it. So they're either going to get it at home, they're going to get it at school. So why are you going to disrupt their lives and keep pulling them in and out? It's like two divorced parents who keep jerking the kid back and forth between mom and dad's house, and the kid doesn't know which way is up. Kids are resilient. But you can't keep jerking them around like this. You are screwing up a whole generation of people with this stuff. So you leave them in school, you leave the teachers in school. If another kid tests positive, that kid goes home too. Now, if all 20 of them end up coming down with it, we know based on the numbers that they're going to recover.
Right.
They're going to recover.
Right.
It's the same as if a kid got the flu. Is there a chance a kid could die from it? Absolutely. I've watched Little House on the Prairie.
Coming for you, Fauci.
So that's what I'm saying. You don't keep disrupting these people. Yeah. You don't just start shutting everything down over something that's never going to go away. Am I anti-mask? I don't care if you wear a mask. I don't care if you wear a mask. But if the wearing the mask is what works, then I don't have anything to worry about.
Anti-mask mandate, right?
I'm no mandate.
Right.
I'm no mandate. Yeah, I am anti-mandate.
Yeah.
So that's my thing. And all these people who I had this lady, God, said,
boy.
"Oh, you need to come back to medical freedom. Your comments you made." And I said, "Well, what is my stance on medical freedom?" She said, "I heard you say in a video this and that." And I said, "Absolutely zero of the words you just typed are true."
Was it the stupid public school thing?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
They're still going on about it. I am anti-mandate.
How many times can you say it?
I've said it 1,000 times. I'm anti-mandate. I believe in medical freedom. You don't want to vaccinate your kid? You do that.
Right.
You don't want to do that? Don't do that. But be ready for the consequences. Don't say that you believe in being the final authority. If your child's your choice. I get that. But be ready to handle the responsibility that comes with it, because you can't sit there and give the state the finger and then expect the state to cater to your needs and everything that you expect. I'm sorry if you don't like that. That's just the world we live in. Now, me personally, I would try to do everything I could to change that when it comes to exemptions and all of those kind of things, and make sure
you wouldn't want to get rid of exemptions
because those things are in place.
Right.
They need to be in place. Right. I get that. If my kid has a vaccination, I'm not real worried about your kid having the vaccination. Now, look, I know a lot of people in the medical field who would disagree with me, okay, but that's fine. It comes down to liberty. I said this on your show the other day. Liberty is a very fragile thing, and you got to handle it responsibly. That's why you couple liberty with responsibility. And if you don't handle it right, it's so dangerous. It's such a precious Fabergé egg, so to speak. If you don't handle liberty right, you wind up with those mandates, and mandates and liberty are in antithesis. They oppose one another. So you got to be careful with stuff like that. But yeah, they come at me with all that. So what would I do? I would have never had a shutdown in the first place.
Yeah.
I would have never had a shutdown in the first place. We didn't shut down for the flu. We didn't shut down for tuberculosis. This is not the Spanish flu. This is not smallpox outbreak. This is not what that is. We are seeing a rise in cases because we're seeing a rise in testing, but we are seeing a lowering, in the mortality rate. People aren't dying from it, okay? What happened in New York was the epicenter. New York, unfortunately, was mishandled. Andrew Cuomo's a serial killer. He put people in those nursing homes. There were medical directors who took their parents out of the nursing homes because they knew the COVID patients were going in. You can't tell me that's not premeditated murder. Sorry. And that's just the thing.
Yeah. And New York has the audacity to tell all of us that we should be listening to the way that they did it.
Yeah. Fauci said
they killed everyone at first, all at once.
Fauci said they handled it right.
Yeah.
Fauci said New York handled it right.
Yeah.
And what, 6,000 people died because of them sticking COVID patients in the nursing home? That makes me mad.
Yep.
And then you're going to hold that stuff up. And then what do we got? We got Governor Greg Abbott right here in the state of Texas who's following suit from a guy like Cuomo or a guy like you've become a statist, dude. You've sold out. You've become a globalist. And that's my problem. I mean, Governor Abbott, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, because you're acting like a globalist. And I don't know what 12-year-old is handling your Twitter account, but this has gotten ludicrous. I mean, this has gotten ludicrous. This is not the state of Texas that we are supposed to be. It's just not. And when we're taking dictums and people are comparing us and saying we should be more like South Dakota, no. I love Kristi Noem. God bless her for doing what she's done, keeping that state open. But don't tell me Texas needs to be. That Texas needs to be like South Dakota? No. No, we don't emulate South Dakota. When's the last time you got a waffle iron that made a waffle in the shape of South Dakota? We don't put the South Dakota flag on a bikini and float the river. No, we put Texas on a bikini. Texas flag. Texas tattoos. We got waffle irons in the shape of Texas. We have Texas toast. People aren't listening, Steve. My question is, what's Steve going to do for my administration? Because I can't get rid of him. What's he going to do? What's your job going to
be? I'm figuring that out. I'm
just hanger outer?
Yeah, hanger outer.
He going to feed the walking around cows at La Hacienda de la Personas.
That's right.
That's what he's going to do. He's going to be the cow feeder.
That's not a bad job.
Not a bad job. He can be the tour guide at the mansion. Can you imagine? Welcome to the damn tour. I am your damn tour guide.
Grab your shot of whiskey and let's go.
I like it.
All right, yeah, we'll be right back. I read Governor Abbott's Twitter, and the Twitter bird says, every dadgum time. This is what it sounds like to me. It doesn't make any sense. Twitter bird knows. Twitter bird knows all things. Go to watchchad.com where the fun stuff is. That's exactly right. It's where the fun stuff is. And what I encourage everyone to do is come see us in Salt Lake City. We're going to be hanging out, Party Foul Steve.
And I've got the merch loaded up, ready to go.
You got merchandise to sell. A lot of people have been asking if we're going to be bringing the shirts. It's funny to me how people from other states are wanting the governor shirts.
I love it.
I love it too. I'll be honest with you. I have gotten a ton of support. A ton of support. I wish I could list off some of the notable people that are chiming in on this, and groups too. But just folks like yourself who are saying, yeah, go for it. Go do it. And I just keep saying, you know, I did a paper interview yesterday, a media interview last night during dinner. I had to step out, and they were like, well, what about this and what about this? And I said, if I can talk you out of voting for me, then I'm going to talk you out of it. I'm going to talk you out of it because I'm going to be me. I'm not going to change. If you don't like me, the things I've done, somebody said, well, I hope you got them bodies buried deep because they got sharp shovels. And I said, they're not that deep. They're not that deep. I pretty much live my life wide open. I'm reasonably transparent and wide open. So, you know, but if you don't like that, if you can't appreciate the fact that I've lived a lot of life in 47 years, I've done a lot of things, a lot of fun things, a lot of crazy things, a lot of dumb things. But at the end of the day, I love this state. And I want what's best for it, and I love freedom. I love liberty, and Texas needs to be Texas. I can't stand it when somebody says that Texas ain't the Texas that Texans think it is. You know
You've almost got me convinced to vote for you. I'm getting there.
Keep working on it.
I'll appreciate you come November 8th of 2022. God bless you. God bless y'all. Go to watchchad.com. As I said, Sarah Gonzalez Unfiltered and the news and why it matters, partyfoulnation.com. Check him out, Party Foul Pub over there, hanging out. We love y'all. God bless you. For Mark and Candice here in Studio 22. We going to talk to you next week. Y'all have a good weekend. We love you. God bless you. Bye.